What's going on, guys? I'm here today to talk to you about the school shooting that happened out in Florida, where a 19-year-old man decided to shoot up a school full of children, kill 17, injure however many more. First thing I'd like to touch on with this is, I guess when I was reading it, he was expended or something, suspended, excuse me, or expelled. I didn't hear anything about bullying in this case. I know that's tends to be a subject that's brought up about these things. I know that a lot of people are going to want to talk about gun control and things like that, and I'm not disputing that. I understand that you guys have your opinions. I'm not going to share mine necessarily, because I don't think that's what this should be talked about. I do think that in this case, that he shouldn't have been able to get an assault rifle. Usually these people are getting it from their parents and things like that, and I'll touch more on that later. But in this situation, this 19-year-old person decided to go into a gun store in Florida where the legal age to buy a gun is 21. At 19 years old, he went in and bought a gun and was sold an assault rifle. Now, I know that if I worked at a liquor store and I sold a bottle of liquor to someone who was underage and they went out and got in a car accident and killed people, that could come back on me and I could be charged for it. Well, I think in this situation that the owner of the gun store should definitely be charged for the fact that they sold to an underage student, or an underage person, excuse me. And definitely that the book should be thrown at the person who did the shooting, don't get me wrong. But I think that this store that sold the gun should definitely be brought up on some charges too. They say that he legally bought the gun, but when you're under 21 years old and you're buying a gun, that's not legal, because the law says 21, so that's illegal, correct? Thank you. But the next thing I want to talk about is, a lot of this has to do with, a lot of times that these happen, it's because of school bullying and things like that. And I don't want anyone to think that I'd ever condone killing people, especially because your feelings got hurt. I think that anyone who's gone out and done these mass shootings is fucked up, and they deserve anything that happens to them. I'm sorry, but I can't condone you going and killing a bunch of people because someone hurt your feelings. On the other hand, these schools need to do a better job of protecting their students. Now, I understand that your precious jocks and your honor students are the ones who are getting you all your reputation. They might take you to states. They might pass all the exams for you and make you look real great on paper. Well, that's great. But if these students are the ones who are bullying people, then you guys need to do something about it and stop being little bitches. It's not fair for these kids to continuously be bullied because the popular students are able to get away with it because they're popular and because these teachers want to be cool with these students as well. That's not fair. That's not cool. These are human lives, guys. And every one of you, I'm sure at some point in your life, has had someone pick on you for something. And imagine if that was consistent every day and people just turned their back to you and didn't pay attention. Yeah, eventually, there's a chance that one day you're going to break. And it doesn't mean it's right. It's not right for you to break. But on the other hand, there's those pieces that built up to it that you ignored and you didn't do anything about. So how about you guys start paying attention to everyone more often? Sometimes it's going to be your best friend, or, that one weird kid in the class. Why don't you give them some attention, guys? Stop making them feel so alone in this world. Stop making them feel like there's no one on their side. I'm not saying that we can stop the school shootings by doing this, but, maybe once in a while, you just talk to that one kid who everyone bullies, and yeah, okay, maybe it's your friends that are bullying him. So what? Be the man and go over there and say, hey, how you doing? And actually be genuine to this person. Sometimes all it takes is that to be able to save someone's lives. Save your own life, maybe even. Maybe if you don't go and say, hey, how you doing today, and be genuine to that kid and give them a chance, maybe they're going to be in there shooting you tomorrow, and you didn't do anything, but you're in their way. So think about these things, guys. These are people's lives. They're fucked up. This kid already decided he didn't have a life at this point. I don't know what it was that was in this kid's head. But a lot of the times, these are kids that were bullied and things like that. And at this point, they're like, what life do I have anyway? I might as well show them how I feel. and they go and do this. And it's fucked up. It's not right. And those kids should be paid and have to pay for it. But to sit here and just say only they have to pay for their actions when they're not the only ones who led up to their actions is bullshit. You have those parents who don't have their guns under control, under lock and key. I mean, I don't want to get too far into this again because my opinions are my opinions, but I'm for guns, personally. On the other hand, if I have children in my household and I have 500 guns, guess what? Those children are not going to have access to those 500 guns. They might have, if they're old enough, they might have access to a pistol to protect themselves if someone came in the house. But I'm definitely not going to let them get their hands on an assault rifle. And if they get their hands on guns at all, it's going to be under my supervision. Okay? There's no way that my child should be able to go into somewhere that's not locked up, get my assault rifle out and my ammunition, and then go do whatever they want with it. Your mind's not fully developed until you're 24 years old or 25 years old, they say. So why the fuck would I let my children have access to these guns when their mind isn't even fully developed? That's nonsense. So I feel like a lot of the times in these situations, the parents should be held accountable too. And I'm not saying that they should go to jail or anything like that, but we should definitely give them a good hard look. Because, you know, on the same side, if my child comes home crying every day because someone's picking on them, you would think I'd do something about it to better their situation and make them not continue to go to school feeling like shit and feeling like no one's on their side. Again, all it takes is someone showing they care. Genuinely gives people a chance. Yeah, that kid might be weird, who sits over there and, you know, does this or that. Their head's not the same as everyone else. So give them a chance. Go up. Hey, how you doing? It doesn't hurt you, guys. Why does it hurt people to be decent to people? But anyway, I feel like this is nonsense and this is continuous. No one's doing anything to better the situation, and it's really starting to disgust me. Thinking about these children getting shot up in schools, and there's no one there to protect them. There's people who are consistently bullying people and driving them to the point where they feel like they have no other option. Guys, let's get it together. Let's be a team. I mean, for fuck's sake, just because I said, hey, how you doing today, doesn't hurt me. It's 3 seconds on my day, you know what I mean? And then I go on with it. Yeah, I might lose some popularity points, but who gives a fuck? Because what really matters to me is that kid doesn't feel like everyone hates him. Because I'm not just talking about possibly saying the fact of you getting shot or the school getting shot up. What if you saying, how you doing today, stops that kid from going home and killing himself? Okay? It's not just about the other people here. This kid could go home and just decide that no one cares about him and kill himself. I think there's a story recently of a kid who did that, where people consistently were saying, oh, just go kill yourself, no one cares about you, whatever. And then finally one day he said, you know, I've been thinking about it, to the bully. He said, I've been thinking about it and I think I'm going to go do that today. And the bully said something like, good, go do it. And guess what? He went home and killed himself. Because no one cared. No one showed him that they cared anyway. Show people that you care, guys. It doesn't take anything out of your day. We're supposed to be bettering ourselves. This technology and everything, these newer generations, we're so afraid to hurt each other's feelings. But on the other hand, we go and find ways to hurt each other's feelings worse. It's kind of stereotypical. I mean, but anyway, I'm going to get off here. If you agree with me or disagree with me, let me know in the comments below. I could definitely use some likes down below and some subscribers. I don't have much yet, but I'd like to hear your guys' opinions on this, and I look forward to debating more with you guys in the future. Alright, take care now.